What up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So, as you can tell by the title, more Transformers news came out overnight since I dropped my last video yesterday. So, we have some stock images of the Studio Series Wave 1 of 2024. It's basically just clear images, stock photos from Hasbro. So, first up here, Rumble. Concept art series Rumble, looking pretty cool. Some people have pointed out that he kind of looks like Bruticus in the head sculpt and stuff, and yeah, he really does. I mean, I'm probably not going to be getting this figure because, like I said in my video yesterday, I haven't even gotten Soundwave, Ravage, or pretty much any of the other Cybertron Bumblebee movie stuff. But this does look okay, but I really think the star of this wave in terms of core class at least, and maybe even in the whole wave in general, is Mohawk here. Like, this guy looks so freaking accurate to his CG design from TLK. What they were able to accomplish in core class, it looks like they did, like, almost black magic on this freaking thing right here. Like, he looks really cool. I cannot wait to get this guy in hand. We have been asking for a Mohawk figure for... oh my god, like what, 7 years since we first saw him during filming in 2016. We thought he was going to get a figure, because obviously he's one of the main Decepticons from the movie, but nope, now we are getting him 6-7 years later, and he does look pretty fantastic. I cannot wait to get this guy in hand. 13 steps to transform that bad boy. And Scorponok and into the deluxe class again. I don't know what concept art they chose here. I can't remember. I think there was concept art where the robot mode for Scorponok did look like that. 20 steps for transformation. It looks okay. Definitely not high priority for me to get. But Wheeljack, he's another one. He's in the same boat as Scorponok for me. He's okay to me, but definitely not something I'm planning on getting because I'm not even that much of a fan of this version of Wheeljack. But 28 steps for transformation, that does seem like a pretty hefty transformation for a modern-day deluxe, I'll tell you that much. So maybe it has some interesting engineering tricks up its sleeve, I don't know. And lastly, the talk of the town, the big boy of this wave, leader class, Bumblebee movie concept art series, Megatron, people, yes. First ever CG render of this guy too, besides that Rise of the Beast render on the Smash Changer, and this looks fantastic. Man, I went from wishing it was an SS86 Megatron to absolutely wanting this Megatron so freaking bad. Like, there's been some updates on this figure that I'm going to be talking about here in like another minute or two that, oh man, in terms of the engineering and articulation, this guy is definitely worth leader class price point. Just look at this guy, and he's a triple changer. Like, we have triple changer Megatron back. I don't know why there's not a stock image of the jet mode. It really seems like they're just really trying to advertise the tank mode because obviously that's been Megatron's alternate form for a good number of like 10 years or 15 years. So it makes sense why they're marketing the tank mode more, but it would be nice to get stock images of the jet mode because obviously he really is marketed as a triple changer. 39 steps to go from jet to tank and 32 steps to go from tank to robot mode. So he does seem like at least a semi-complicated leader class figure to deal with here, and his design looks fantastic. And following up with the Megatron news, Sam Smith, who is one of the designers for Studio Series at Hasbro, he took to his Instagram page to give us some insight and more images on this Megatron figure. So he said in the caption here, and I quote, "I am ecstatic to finally be able to share our leader class scale concept Megatron. We officially came across this oddity while sifting through the CAD files from the Bumblebee movie and discovered a wonderful unused design for Megatron. Originally, this story was going to utilize Megatron being frozen in ice, oh my god, to help bridge the continuity gap to the BAYVERSE films, but the scene was eventually dropped and this design disappeared. Luckily for us, we thought it out, and I was thrilled to be part of the team to help bring this figure to life." I got a little bit more to say about that in a second because that is insane. We got to work on a vehicle design for Megatron. Like the majority of the BB, Cybertronian alt modes, we wanted to utilize details that are present on the bot form, but still prioritize maintaining the look that they had on screen without sacrificing them for fantasy alt modes. This strategy has had some mixed success, but each new figure feels like a welcome addition to the line. Knowing that theatrical Megatron arrived on Earth as a Cybertronian jet and later a tank in the first two BAYVERSE films, I was split between what alt mode form was most appropriate, but aiming for a triple former seemed most appropriate. I enlisted SantaLux75 to conceptualize some vehicle looks for each of the modes, which we were able to take inspiration from for the final design. I was able to partner with Yaya Onishi at Takara, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, worked his magic to deliver a truly uncompromised robot mode from whatever direction you look at it. The articulation for this figure is unmatched by any other Transformer that I have had the opportunity to work on. You could see the love that went into making this definitive version of Megatron. Megatron's fusion cannon can be folded and stowed on the figure's back and can be positioned in a couple of different orientations between the two vehicle modes. The figure is packed full of heritage deco scheme that was pulled directly from the concept art. So a couple things to pull from here. It is nice that it seems like his arm cannon can sort of transform and pull apart in different ways. And that's kind of what I got from it. Looking at the stock photos, it does look like that cannon does a bit more than just sitting on his arm or as a cannon. But going back to this whole thing here, this is gonna spark some even more debate than we have been getting the past 5-6 years in terms of reboot or prequel with this new set of Transformers movies. Oh man, like we did know about the deleted scene where Megatron was frozen in ice and it was supposedly a redesign with a more of a G1 design. It is so freaking weird what is going on here. Like, if you're trying to bridge the gap between the Bay films and the Bumblebee movie, why are you completely redesigning Megatron from scratch? Like, it makes no sense if he's frozen in ice in human captivity and he's not alive for all these years. How is he able to change forms? It makes no freaking sense. I don't understand this. I don't know. I understand why he added this in because it is history of the film's production, but if I were him, I would have left this out because this is just going to spark even more controversy and arguments and division within the fandom of Transformers, whether or not these movies are prequels or a new continuity or a reboot. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future with this, but it's still pretty cool to see here what he said in that description. And taking a look at it with the actual CG render, I think this is our first ever CG render of this from Paramount. Man, did they get this almost perfect. Jeez, this is fantastic, guys. And man, if you look at this thing, he has a couple joints in the hands, guys. He has multiple finger joints. Oh man, and Sam did confirm that he has waist swivel too, so this guy is going to be pretty well articulated. In the black magic that they worked here for the transformation, this guy is pretty flat and just very good looking in terms of him being a triple changer. Like, this is dope. Like, oh man, I cannot wait to get my hands on this guy at some point. And then yet again, we have another CG render, this time from the Studio Series box art. Man, does that look like a menacing Megatron. I really hope they get this design and use it for the Rise of the Beast sequel. And seeing him compared next to SS-38 Bumblebee movie Optimus, he is a little bit out of scale from the concept art that we did see with the Bumblebee movie. He is supposed to be a little bit more taller, but I do still like the scale, and it does work better in terms of a more personal level between Megatron and Optimus. But it would have been nice if he was just a little bit taller because, you know, he is a leader class, a $60 figure, but whatever. And there's that closer look at the jet mode. There's a little bit more information in terms of the comment section on these Instagram posts where the inspiration for this triple changer mode came from even more. There's a lot of interesting things that Sam Smith answers questions on in the comment section that I'm going to cover here in a little bit, but this jet mode does look pretty good in the tank mode. It's so cool to see a triple changer Megatron back in the Generations mainline. So this is where things get a little bit more interesting here in the comment section. Sam answers some questions. First one here comes in from TF Universe 16 on Instagram. He says here, nice idea of the triple changing. It gives me animated Marauder Megatron vibes. And Sam replies here, that's because we absolutely took influence from that triple changer concept. It will live on through this Megatron. Oh, guys. This is insane. This is absolutely insane confirmation that they are still taking inspiration from animated, canceled stuff from season 4 and whatever others canceled stuff that we don't even know about. Like, think about what other inspirations from canceled animated stuff throughout season 4 or before that inspired certain figures that we don't even know about. Like, this is insane confirmation, and this is really exciting because this opens up the door for animated stuff from season 4 to actually get made that were canceled 12 years ago. Like, this is amazing. This is so good confirmation that they are still taking inspiration from animated season 4 canceled stuff. This is so cool and makes me want to get this Megatron figure even more now that it's actually inspired by that Marauder Megatron design that was canceled for animated season 4. Somebody asks, what are the chances from getting Onslaught from the last night? And Sam replies with, he's on our to-do list, which is awesome. I believe he was on the list of leaked characters from Studio Series that is on Hasbro's radar from 2021. It was a part of that mass leak that I think the username was Retgar69 or something like that. One of the more prominent leakers from a couple of years ago on TFW. He was on the list along with a lot of other characters that I came to remember, so that definitely checks out. So that's awesome to hear that Onslaught is definitely on the table for the future. So somebody was talking about how it's a bit underwhelming that they didn't go with BAYVERSE concept art characters first, and Sam replies here with, I think these expansions should be viewed as a way to preserve longevity for Studio Series and ensure that we have plenty to offer the line for years to come versus putting a clock on figures running out. Plenty of BAYVERSE figures still to come. We'll get my Mohawk post up soon. So that's awesome. Obviously, they're still doing BAYVERSE characters, and we're going to be seeing more concept art series figures from BAYVERSE. Oh, man. One that always keeps popping into my mind is freaking Depth Charge. Imagine a commander class of Revenge of the Fallen Depth Charge. I would love that so much. Another person asks here, do you know if CAD designs exist for cut BAYVERSE characters? And the answer here is interesting. He says, I can't share that here at this time. So that's basically more of like a corporate answer of yes, certain CAD designs do exist for concept art characters. And if there is one for this Megatron here, there certainly are ones for BAYVERSE characters from the past. So awesome sort of, corporate confirmation there. And the last interesting answer here, somebody asked any reason he's smaller than he was in the movie scale chart from YOLO Park. And Sam replied here, the heights for some of those designs were vastly oversized, and we chose to take liberties to still have him be taller than Prime, but scale more appropriately with the other Decepticons. That chart also has the Seekers at different heights, which we chose to keep them consistent. So that answers my question from earlier on in the video, that's why they chose to do Megatron to be a bit shorter, and I kind of suspected that they wouldn't want to make Megatron too oversized, and they want to keep it in line with how Megatron has been height-wise in recent years with the comics and the cartoons, so that does make sense, and I don't mind that change at all. But yeah, guys, that about wraps it up for the news here in this video. A lot of crazy stuff that went on yesterday. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about all this Megatron news, the Studio Series wave. All my social medias are linked down below: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. My email is also down below if y'all want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their toy photography, stop motions, or just their regular display shelves at home. Hit me up and we could work out a deal on any of my social medias or my email. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!